Hey there, Mama Work It Tribe. I'm Marissa Lonick, working mom of 4, lover of all things flow, family, and fulfillment. You're tuning in to the Mama Work It podcast, where we take aim at overwhelm, mom guilt, and exhaustion and swap them out for big dreams, belly laughs, and productivity that actually fits into your life. Every week, we dive into tips, motivation, and a healthy dose of fun so you can slay your day even when you're busy AF. Ready to feel seen, energized, and totally unstoppable? Let's get to work, mama. Hey, mamas. Welcome back to another awesome episode of the Mama Work It podcast. So glad you're here. My name is Marissa Lonick. I am your host, founder of Mama Work It, where we support women in the juggle of mom life, work life, wife life, fill in the blank life. As always, you've met her before if you've listened to the show, but I'm super excited to welcome back my friend, corporate working mama, Estella Burns today. Today, we're talking about all things twin mom life. If you know me, you know I'm a twin mom. That was my first experience in motherhood. I became a twin mom in 2013. And my friend Estella, coincidentally, is also a twin mom, but I will let her share her twin mom story with you in just a moment. But if you are expecting twins, if you have twins, if you're thinking about twins, if you know someone with twins, this is a good episode to listen to because we are going to get like down and dirty into all things twin mom life. So first and foremost, let's welcome Estella back to the show. Estella, thank you for being here again. I always love chatting with you. I know our listeners love listening to our conversations as well. So give us the quick version of who you are, why we're talking about twin mom life, like all that good stuff.
Okay, so thank you for having me again. I mostly agree to these because I just love chatting with you so much. So just know that. So my name is Estella. I have 4 children, 2 of which are twins. And I work full time. I mom full time, right? Because you can't really mom part time. And I'm here to share what I know, because I will say I am not an expert. I am a twin mom in training, and every time I feel like the boss because I have these twins or I've like mom accomplished something, I know that there's someone out there killing it also. But I'm here. I'm an open book.
Yeah, I love that. I think we're all twin moms in training. I agree. I feel like the moment I feel like I got it, I'm humbled very quickly.
Oh, yes.
Very quickly.
And that's like a mom thing in general, right? Like,
yes.
Sometimes I can't distinguish if this is like a twin mom thing or is it like I have a million kids mom thing, or if it's just like a universal, all moms are doing this, right?
Yeah. All right. Well, we're talking about all things twin mom today. So I want to hear, I know this, but our listeners may not know this. Tell us about like your twin mom journey. How did this come to be for you?
Sure. So, well, like a lot of moms, you're like, are we done? I don't know. Are we done? We had these like 2 super wonderful girls, and we were totally grateful and like, oh my gosh, this is the perfect little family. We were having a great time. But it was a little bit of like we're not sure that we're done. It's now or never. We're not getting any younger. Let's just do this, right? And we thought, maybe we'll have one more. Maybe we'll even have another one after that, right? Like we kind of felt like, we're doing this. We can handle this. It sounds like fun. And honestly, like when I thought about having another baby, I thought, won't it be cute? We can have like you call it like a little trophy baby or like a pet baby, because I knew at that point, like my girls really wanted a baby, right? And I was thinking, how hard could it be? It's just like, I have my husband to help me. The girls are going to play with it. Sorry, it's early for me. The girls are going to play with the baby, right? Like one baby amongst four people, surely it would
How
be a
old were
dream.
the girls? How old were the girls at this point?
They would be at that point. I think we were looking at like having a 6-year-old, a 5-year-old, and then a baby.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And they were
Got it.
pretty independent at that point, tying their own shoes, feeding themselves, mostly like we were cooking, but you know what I mean? Like get up and get dressed in the morning. So I thought I've totally got this. And so we went for it and twins. And that was a little bit of like, I feel like even just finding out you have twins, it is the beginning of you're releasing control. Like if you are somebody that is going to be in control of everything, you plan, you schedule, you prep. You're like, if somebody says who wants to be in charge, you raise your hand, right? I feel like just the finding out of the twins is the beginning of this release, this death grip of control that I had on control, the release of it. And like, I remember one funny thing because you go in when you find out you have twins, like you're sick as a dog, or at least I was. It was like if you experience any morning sickness, just double it. So we go into the doctor and they do the ultrasound and they're looking around because they have to confirm the twins, right? And I just remember my husband sitting there and they go, well, here's baby A, here's baby B, and let's keep looking around. And he's like, I'm sorry, what are you looking for? Because like it's as if twins are not enough, right? And he's like, please stop.
No more looking.
no more, no more looking. And I mean, and they didn't find anything else, but I thought that was so funny because that's kind of like how you're feeling just to kick it off. You're like, oh, please no
Yeah.
more. Like this, it's a big idea to get used to.
Hmm.
Even if you're planning, even if you're like, yay, let's have another one. And whenever I meet anybody, they're like, oh, I wish I had twins. And I'm like, do you? Do you?
You sure about that?
I do recommend my children one. I do recommend children one at a time. But
It's like
there
a
are
Surgeon General warning.
I recommend children one at a time. Um, but it also has so many wonderful things to it. It really does.
Yeah. And it's like completely out of your hands.
Right? And what are you going to do? Like, it's such a silly thing to recommend, right? Like, it is what it is. You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit if you
Exactly.
can help
Yeah.
it. I probably threw
Yeah.
a couple fits, but yeah.
Yeah. It's funny that you talked about your husband's reaction. I remember my husband's reaction too when we found out, and he just got very quiet. Went very pale, got very quiet, like was in complete shock. I had like a weird laughing reaction for some reason. I think that was my strange way of dealing with the shock. He got very quiet. So, anyway, yeah. So, being a twin mom, it's different. I mean, you have two other kids. I have two other kids that were not twins. So, we can kind of compare and contrast in that way. Do you feel like there is sort of an ultimate twin mom superpower that you've had to lean into or you've seen in other twin moms that maybe you didn't experience or need to tap into with your other two kiddos?
Um, well, I I do think that my ability to like switch gears and just like change plans or figure it out, keep the peace, maybe like anticipate what the kids are going to need or the different scenarios. Like you do get really good at it. If only from like even just a safety perspective.
Mm.
Right? Like having twins and two infants or two toddlers, your sense of awareness of your surroundings and the situations and how the day might go and, all the different scenarios, I think it heightens with any mom. right? Every mom has to plan for the unseen, or you have multiple kids. But when you have twins, like it goes into overdrive. So I would
Mm-hmm.
say a superpower is being able to just go with it and figure it out. I've definitely gotten way better at that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's really smart. I agree with that. I think for me, we had the opposite experience, right? So you had two kids and then you had twins. I had twins first. And so it was kind of baptism by fire into motherhood, I felt like. And so for me, what was super, like, I had to tap into organization really effectively. And I think you do with any kid, but I feel like, I would see things when I became a mom of like, the baby led feeding schedule, or like the just really like the constant snuggling and bonding of breastfeeding. And like,
You don't get it.
that was not possible for me with
No,
twins. Like, I had to
no.
be a military sergeant on a schedule.
You don't get those moments. And that's when when I say like, oh, I recommend my kids one at a time, is you don't have those same quiet, you get a few, but
You
like,
do. Yeah.
could compare it. So there was a little bit of like a grief period because I had it,
Mm-hmm.
where the baby falls asleep in your arms and it's like so precious, and you can just lay there with that baby, or you could right. But with twins, you don't get
You're
that. I
like,
mean,
oh,
you either
time to feed the next one.
try
Yeah.
to feed the next one, or you're trapped with two, or right. So some of those like solo sweet moments, we did baby led weaning with the girls. We did cloth diapers. Oh, the cloth diapers did not, I don't think the cloth diapers lasted 2 days. We were drowning in everything. And it was probably one of the first things to go,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure. So yeah, you have to you have to be more organized. And you see some things that you're just not going to be able to do. Well, I think that parenting in general is all about resources and support, right? So any given family or person or mom has a different amount of resources available to them, whether those are financial, time, um, space, help, right? So all of your parenting choices are going to be based on your resources. And right off the bat with twins, no matter where you fall on the spectrum of resources, you're splitting them. And
Mm-hmm.
so it really just comes down to that.
Yeah. Agree. Agree. All right. Let's talk about something kind of funny, but not. What do you feel like is the most annoying comment people say to you as a twin mom? Like, what really gets under your skin, or like you hear it all the time? I've
I
got like a
do.
list of these.
I have a list. I have, um, it probably just depends on like how much sleep I've had, whether it annoys me or not, right?
Yeah,
And then
true.
like there was probably like period of time where I was like, okay, I've really enough. But like, oh, you've really got your hands full.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Could you open that door for me, please? Would you help me with my full hands? That's a good one. Are they identical? Is a little
Yes.
bit of a tough one, because I'm like, no, they look so different. But again, then I appreciate the fact that they're my kids, so I probably know that they look really different and other people don't. Um, but I think one I just think is inappropriate for like casual passerbyers is like, oh, were they natural?
Oh, yes. I think that is so obnoxious.
Not that I'm not open to talking about those things with like lots of people or in certain scenarios, but for like the casual passerby, like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, but the thing is, like, maybe you're comfortable talking about that, but like, why assume anyone is, right? Like,
Yeah,
and I think it's just honestly, I don't think people mean it in a mean way. I think it's just
no,
naive.
it's not
I
mean.
think it's
No,
naive because I think if you haven't struggled with infertility before, you don't necessarily think empathetically from that viewpoint, right?
Well, and then sometimes, like, depending on the mood I'm in, like, I could really embarrass somebody with those kinds, that kind of question. I mean, I
Give
could
us your
really
best
have you,
response. Give
I
us your
could
best
really, no,
response.
I won't, but I could really have you regretting that question, or I can politely, move it along. But I mean, really, what is it you want to talk about here?
Yeah.
Like,
It is kind of a weird question because it's kind of like asking someone with any child, like, is that child biological or adopted? Like such a random thing to ask
it's
someone,
not,
you know?
it's not
Yeah.
appropriate. Just like you're not supposed to ask any woman like if she's pregnant.
Right.
This should
Right.
now be like you're not allowed to ask anyone like how they came about their child.
Yes. Yes. Did you randomly find them? Did you kidnap them?
Right?
Don't
Yeah.
tell me any details. We don't want to know.
Yeah. I don't want to know. Yeah, I don't want to be
Yeah.
incriminating.
Yeah. Have you ever experienced that? I mean, I'll share a really horrifyingly embarrassing story about that for me. So I
Yes.
was I was in like a baby store, like Bye Bye Baby or something years ago, and a woman in
We're
front
dating
of me.
ourselves with that. Bye bye,
Yes, I
baby.
know. I
Okay. It's okay.
know. I
All right.
know.
Okay, continue.
Okay. So I'm in line. A woman is in front of me, clear belly, rubbing it. Okay.
Okay.
Mostly only pregnant people rub their bellies. Am I right? I mean, it's rare.
It's a very safe, I would say it's a pretty safe
Okay.
indicator.
We're in a baby store. Someone's rubbing her belly in front of me,
Oh,
wearing
no.
like tight clothing. And I asked her when she was due, and it was the most awful thing I could have said because she looked at me very nicely and said, "Oh, I just had my baby."
Oh, that, yeah.
Shameful moment, shameful moment. I was
Oh,
like, "Oh God." I don't know how I bettered that situation. I can't remember. I said something stupid probably, but um
that's really, yeah.
I will
Well, but
never make
okay,
that mistake again.
it could have been worse.
Okay.
She
Yeah.
could have said no.
And just stopped there.
Yeah. I mean, at least there's a little bit of like a explanation,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
you were close. Um,
What, three
and
weeks off?
everyone knows, well, not everyone knows. If you're pregnant right now and you don't know this, you don't immediately go back to looking like you didn't have a baby. I'm really
No, you
sorry.
still look
If you,
pregnant. I mean,
if you didn't,
yeah.
yeah, if you didn't know this, I'm sorry to be the person sharing this with you, but it does not just go away. Also, all that weight, it's really disappointing when like you realize
You're like, what do you
like
mean I didn't drop all of it?
the baby plus the water the baby is swimming in does not equal the weight that you gained.
Yeah. And when you have twins, you're not really entitled to
No.
gain much more. I gained 48 pounds with my twins and they were preemie. Um, I mean, they were basically the size of one baby when they came out.
No. Yes, it's so unfair. I was like, are you sure they don't weigh more? Are you sure they don't weigh more?
One big baby, but still one baby.
Yeah. Yeah. It's disappointing. So there you have it. All you mothers to be, if you're tuning in, I'm so sorry. So yeah, I feel like
What
it
do
could
you
have been worse. You could have said no.
and just stopped? Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. It could always be
I had
worse.
one. Okay, so I was pregnant with the twin. Honestly, they all blend. So I don't think I was pregnant with twins. I was just regular pregnant. And I'm
Oh,
in
I
an
know where this
elevator
is going.
I'm in an
Yeah.
elevator with this man, and we're going down the elevator, and he's like a man I work with a long time. And he goes, "Wow, are you gonna have that baby soon?" And I was like, "No, I'm only about 6 months." And he goes, "Man, your stomach's really big. Thank you. Thank you so much."
I'm keeping it
Wow.
really comfy.
When my when my wife was pregnant at 6 months, she was definitely not that big. I died. I was like, okay.
Wait, are you not going with the comment I thought he was going to say? Are you sure it's not twins?
Oh, are you sure it's not twins, right? No, I just said thank you for that. Exited the elevator, but I could not, like, he really leaned
He
in.
leaned in hard. He
He
didn't
leaned in
stop.
really hard. No, he was
All
not
those 10
stopping. The
stories you
only,
needed to ride
thank
together.
God it was an elevator and I had an escape very soon.
Yeah.
For him as much as for me. I don't think if he had continued with maybe one more comment, I don't know if I could have. But yeah, that was fun.
All right. So your twins are 6 now.
5.
5, almost 6.
They're 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
5. Okay. My twins are 12. So we're in a little bit of different seasons of twin mom life. Has there been a season that's been your fave so far, or maybe one that's been the hardest?
That's hard. I do feel like we really are loving right now. Like we are really
Okay.
loving like the 4 and the 5. It's so cute to listen to them play together. Oh my God. I know it's always cute. Like, but kids in general do a lot of like what they call parallel play, where they're playing next to
Mm-hmm.
each other and they might have like a moment where they interact, but they're not really playing together. And so I would say this last year, it's gotten a lot easier. I feel like things are a lot safer all the time. Like, and I don't know if this is a boy thing too, but the last 4 years, like I'm just on high alert for
Yeah.
injury, bad decisions,
Like if you didn't think you had
escaping, running.
anxiety, you've developed it.
Oh yeah, right. Yes, yes. Like the level of cortisol. Whenever I see somebody's like, "Oh, high cortisol," I'm like, just don't even measure me. Just I can't. I don't even want to talk about
Yeah.
cortisol. Um.
Tell me something I don't know.
So right, yeah. Yeah. So, but they're playing together is so adorable, and they're super into all different figures, Legos. It really could give them any kind of figures, Transformers, Mandalorians, whatever. And they will just play for hours and they will come up with these scenarios and their imaginations. And then their pretend conversations are so adorable with each other. And then even when they kind of like start to not agree on something and they have to negotiate with each other, it is just the sweetest thing. But I still feel like they're in like this baby zone a little bit. Like we're edging out of it. We are, but they're really snuggly and cute still, and they want to sit on your lap, and they'll still let me like pick them up and hold them. Um, but they're old enough to be safe and independent. And I don't know, somebody poured themselves a glass of milk the other day and they didn't spill, and I was like, "This is
Oh,
amazing!
such a
Yeah,
win. Yeah.
it's so great." So yeah, I'm really liking this zone where they're still little and cute and lovable, but starting to be independent and then just playing with each other so nicely.
Yeah. Yeah. Agree. Did you ever have the experience? We had this experience where, because I'll never say like any season of parenting twins was easy. Certainly like rewarding and fun and whatever,
Sure.
but not easy. And I think it's because they conspired against us. Like if it wasn't one, it was the other.
It's
So
the
it's like they never give you a break. So they're like,
you
"Oh,
don't.
you're going to be the one that whines all day today. Okay, I'll get tomorrow." Or like you're going to be the one who's moody today. All right, I got the next 3, you know?
Well, I have a theory about kids, and it's that all kids have this ability to measure exactly what you have to give, right?
Yeah.
So kids can read a room and they know how much you have to give energy, money, love, attention, any kid,
Mm.
any multiple kids. So I don't actually think that parenting as a whole is easier with like 2 or 3 or 1, because those kids, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, they can read the room and they see what you have to give, and they're going to take every last drop.
They're going to push every boundary.
They are, because they're going to be like, oh, look at mom, like has a lot of energy today. Like I'm going to make all sorts of extra requests. I
Yeah.
can make this mess over here. She's doing great. Look at her. She popped right up. She can clean that up for me. Right. And then when you're not feeling so hot, they know. They're like, oh, don't push her today. Right.
Oh,
We're
I
just
feel
going to
like I still get that
quietly.
sometimes.
Yeah. But they do. And then do people ask you if you have a good twin and a bad twin? Like
Yeah,
an
I don't get
evil?
that question. I don't get that question. I'm like, I mean, not on any given day. They switch off.
No. They do. They switch off. And I said, well, what are we talking about here? Because one of them is a real pain with his clothes and his toys, and the other one doesn't sleep as good. In general, my favorite child at any given point, they all know this, and I say this, they're not really my favorite, but I'll tell them, like, my favorite child is whoever slept and ate the best for the day.
The
Right? If
award
we said
goes
it was
to.
the award, no, it's true. Like who slept through the night, who went
I
to
mean,
bed
that's a
without
great
a
thing to
problem,
have as a
who
competition in your
yeah,
house.
who ate what you were bringing to the table, right? Like
Yeah,
who didn't scream and cry, who didn't, complain that the crust wasn't cut right. Like that is my
that's
favorite kid. The
funny.
kid who ate and
Yeah,
slept and like didn't require 3 outfit changes. That's the one. That's the winner for the day.
that's funny. Yeah, I know. I'm thinking of my kids right now, and it's like, well, one's a really good sleeper, but never likes what's for dinner.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
Nope.
whatever. You got to take the good with the bad. All
Exactly.
right. Question. How do you think being a twin mom has been like different than being a mom to just one?
Being a mom to just one, you can be, I mean, I don't know if this is better or worse, right? But you can be pretty intentional, right? And I don't know, I have a sister and she is just one. And so we compare a lot, right? So there's pros and cons. So it's like every time I come up with like a pro or a con, then I kind of see the flip side too. And she's like, well, but then when you see it this way, right? So we kind of have that good balance where like I can see her pros and cons and she can see mine. But I do think right off the bat, like there's just going to be accommodations. I have to tell the kids all the time, you're 2 boys and I'm 1 mom. You're going to have to wait. You are going to have to share that. We can't go there. We can't do that. That toy doesn't come with 2 pieces so there's just like this sense of that's out of my hands, right? I
Mm-hmm.
can't,
Mm-hmm.
I can't accommodate every situation, even if I want to. Like there's just, this is the card that you got. This is what life dealt you. You have a brother. There's just 2 of you. And so I'm only going to be able to accommodate so much in any given situation. Um, and sometimes I feel bad, right? Like there's mom guilt. Oh, the mom guilt lurks around every corner with all your kids for a million reasons, right? But there is a little bit of like, oh, sorry. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You have a brother that came along with you, and you're just going to have to wait, or you're just going to have to, go without that thing or that time with mom, or, you know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and when I had just the one, we did the cloth diapers and I made all her baby food. And if she needed something, there wasn't someone else waiting in the wings. Um, and I mean, that's just a multiple kid
That's
maybe
a
thing,
multiple kid problem.
right?
Yeah, right. Because when you have your second baby, I imagine it's very similar in that sense.
Depending on how close they are, right?
Yeah.
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 But I held them both for as long as I could. I don't know if I could pick them both up anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
so
You know what I always remember this, I learned this from a twin before I even knew I'd be a twin mom, and it stuck with me. But she was a twin, and she said, like, something that bothered her when she was growing up was, because you know how most twins share a birthday, right? I mean, it's
Yes.
rare that you get a twin that's born at like 11:58 and then like 12:01
Oh
and they have
yeah.
a different birth.
Okay. Yeah. Different mothers.
Yeah, right. It's rare.
Yeah.
So she said something that bothered her growing up was sharing a birthday cake with her twin.
Oh.
And
Okay.
so it stuck with me. And so I'm very intentional every year on birthdays that each twin gets their own cake and we sing happy birthday twice.
Okay.
And my
Do
husband
you
thinks it's like, especially when we have like friend birthday parties, he's
think
like, "Are you
it's
going to make
obnoxious?
everyone sing twice?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I am."
Oh, do
This
we?
year we combined their birthday with another
Yeah.
kid in the family because we had like a broken finger and it was at the trampoline
Yeah.
park and they're
Did you
3 weeks
sing? You
apart.
sang it
So
three
we
times.
we combined it.
Oh, you
Did we
did.
sing happy birthday 3 times?
Did you?
Yes, we did.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if we do or we don't. I think we've probably done it both ways.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I don't think it's a right or wrong way to do it. It's just like that
yeah,
story has stuck with
stuck in
me.
your mind.
Yeah.
I don't make them share a lot. And I don't really actually make any of my kids share if they don't have to, like in a, in a last minute moment, might have to share something, but I don't make them share if I don't have to, because I know that most of their life is like this automatic sharing of time, love, attention, presence, right? So if somebody wants to play with a toy or someone has something of their own, I do let them have probably more of their own, like, this is mine, I don't want to share this moments
Mm.
than maybe I
See,
would
and
have
I feel like I
otherwise.
don't really do that. I feel like
I go, you
I
know
do
what?
the
You
opposite.
have
That's
that.
so funny. You got to lean into like some things that are like really critical and important, and you're setting boundaries, and some things where you're like, no, I'm just going with the flow on that. And so
You
it's
do.
like
You
I'm the
you pick a
opposite with
couple
that.
things. You pick a
Yeah.
couple things, yeah. And we don't share. I don't make them share. And some people
Yeah.
find that odd. But then when
Yeah.
people are like, sharing is caring, I'm like, no, it's not. Sharing's annoying. And you don't have to share. As an adult, you don't have to share your stuff, do you?
Yeah, that's true.
So here and there, in the right situation. But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not a
I mean,
big
I
like
hate
force
sharing my
sharer.
water bottle. As soon as a kid touches my water bottle, I like don't
No.
drink it anymore. I feel like it's like contaminated. And then that's why I'm dehydrated 90% of the time.
Yeah, it's not realistic anyways, but I have especially became more aware of like sharing and appreciating that they might want some things to themselves
Yeah.
with the
That makes
whole
sense.
twin thing.
That makes sense. Okay. All right. We're going to move on to just some random fun personal experience twin questions for you. I made
Okay.
these very twin centric for today's episode, and then we'll wrap up. So I'm
Okay.
curious, have your twins ever had like a secret language? I once opened up like a Snapple bottle and it said like this statistic that like a lot of twins can communicate in this like different way. So maybe it's like a language, maybe it's like some telepathic connection. Like, did you ever witness that in your house with your twins?
Okay. So not with my twins, but my
Okay.
sister also has twins,
Yes.
and her identical twins did have words that they only used with each
Oh,
other.
that's funny. Okay, because
It
my
was
twins
really
are
cute.
identical and they had their own language before they
They have their
learned
own
to
language,
talk.
yeah. So
Yeah.
my boys don't have their own language. However, they do always seem to know where the other one is and like
Mm.
what the other one is doing, even if they're not visibly paying attention.
That's going to
And
come
you
in handy
think,
one day for you.
right, they're doing their own thing, but I can ask him, "Hey, where's your brother?" And they know. They
Yeah.
are keeping track of each other, and they can understand each other very well. So I've got one that's maybe not speaking as clearly as maybe other 5-year-olds speak,
But
right?
they
It
understand
happens.
each other. Yeah.
But they do. They understand each other
Yeah.
very well, but they don't have their own language.
Okay. What do you think's like the best part of having twins?
Right now, the best part of having twins is this built-in playmate. that they
Mm-hmm.
have. Oh my gosh, it is so awesome. They almost always have someone to play with, and they occupy each other, and especially having just moved where everybody's making new friends.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it way easier to take them anywhere new church drop off, they have a friend. um
Yes.
New sports team, they have a friend. Not going anywhere because we're still unpacking boxes, go play with your brother, right? Like, they have someone to play with and to do stuff with, and it makes it so easy for me as a mom. But I also see that they really they benefit from it every single day,
Yeah.
at this
You're
time in
like,
our lives.
it was worth all that sacrifice.
And I tell them to do, like, if they'll ask me to play with them in a time that I'm not available, and I go, no, that's why I had two of you. Go, go play together. Go find something to do together because I'm not available. Or at this age, they're still kind of afraid of stuff, right? And
Yeah.
we have a two-story house now, which we didn't before. And so one of them will need to get something upstairs. And it's like, Mom, can you please go upstairs with me? And I'm like, I can't right now. Like, I've got hamburger on my hands, or
Mm.
something, like I'm making dinner. I really just can't. And so they'll go find their brother, and it's so cute because they tell each other, they won't say, I'm afraid, will you go with me? Because they're too tough for that. But they go, hey brother, I need backup.
Oh, that is adorable. That is
And so
adorable.
they're ultimately right now like each other's backup. And
Yeah.
that's super. Yeah, it's really awesome.
Wingman, wingman. Love
Yes.
it. All right. Last thing before we close up, what advice would you give to a mom expecting twins or like early phase of twin motherhood? I feel like this is going to be a great way to close out the show. I don't even know what I would say, but I'm going to think about it now.
Um, Gosh, what are some things that really served us well? Um, be okay with asking for help.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a good one.
you're gonna need some help, right? I could do like a few, like, you be okay with asking for help. Um, Plan and organize and plan ahead as much as you can, but then be okay that almost nothing is going to go to plan,
Yes.
right? Um, and then the next thing is just like, I don't know, what was the other thing that, like, I mean, you don't need two of everything.
No, that's good.
You don't
You
need two
don't.
of everything. You'd need two of some things, right?
Hmm.
Like, obviously you need two, what do you call them? Car seats. You need two high chairs, right? But you don't need two of every toy. You don't need two of every blanket. You don't need, really,
Hmm.
there's some things you really just don't need double, and you're going to have way more stuff. So, like, if
Yes.
you can get by with the one thing, just the one thing, because
Yeah.
inevitably, even if you were like a minimalist parent and you went with the bare minimum, you still are going to feel like you have too much stuff.
Hmm.
So,
Agree. Agree. Yeah. I think the thing that I had to lean into the most that really shaped me as a twin mom was really like letting go of that control. Because you just envision, I mean, I think that's with any mom, honestly, but
yeah,
especially with twin moms, like you really, if you are someone who likes to plan and like have a vision, like you just know it probably won't end up that way. It's just really different. It's
that's
really
right.
different, right? And yeah, I think all your advice is so spot on. Gosh, what is the other thing I wanted to say?
Don't do same letter names.
Why?
It's so much harder.
You have twins with same first letter names.
We
Okay.
did, and
So you can say that.
I didn't do it to be cute. I
Okay.
really
You just
just
like those
genuinely
names. Yeah.
those names. Um, but man, it like, it's a tongue twister. It's hard for people to know who's who and remember their names, even if they're not identical.
Okay.
Um, they learn to spell each other's names. So like they are now writing each other's names sometimes as their own. Like it's just, it's not necessary. And
Okay. Okay. I do have one
I
now
wouldn't do
that
it
you
again.
said
I
that.
wouldn't do it again.
Okay. Now that you said that, I've got twins in school and I've got identical twins.
Yes.
And for us, I have preferred separating them in classes because when you're an identical twin, I think it's really challenging sometimes for people to tell you apart, even the teacher, especially the teacher.
Yes. Yes.
And I think it's way easier to compare when you're in the same class. And so it's been good for us in the sense of like, it's easier on those people around them to tell who they are. It gives them more like independence, less comparison. And it also kind of forces them to like make their own friends and kind of have their own unique experiences in school, which has been great. But I also know people that prefer to keep them together. And I think that's probably got its pros too.
Yeah. It probably depends a lot on the children themselves.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of options to separate. Well, for when we homeschool, so they get the same teacher. Um, but even when we do like activities or classes, they're often together.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see as they get older how we allow them to kind of diverge and do their own things. I'm sure it will like naturally, there'll be natural opportunities to kind of let them be their own people. But I can see that, and I can definitely already see how, because they play so well together, it takes a lot for them to meet another kid that they're even not interested in.
Yeah, they're
Because
like, I already have a bestie.
well, and that kid has like a big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
Because they're like, well, I could play with you, or I could play with this guy who I know is going to let me go first and is, gonna want, is gonna understand me. And,
Yeah, true.
so there's a little
True.
bit of that too. So I
Yeah.
can see how we're gonna have to start providing some independence like that. But
Yeah.
different zones.
Yeah.
I'll ask you. I'll probably keep asking you for more advice as you're, ahead of me a few years with the twin boys.
Well, I don't know what I can really really provide, but I'll give you all the knowledge I have. Estella, this has been so fun. I love our topics, our conversations. Thanks for coming on, talking about twin mom life. Appreciate you.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
That's a wrap for this episode of the Mama Work It podcast. I hope you feel empowered, inspired, and ready to take your next step. If this episode spoke to you, share it with another amazing mama, and don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. It helps us show up wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure to head over to mamaworkit.com for free resources, coaching support, and new ways to momage your days as a busy mom. Until next time, keep on working it, mama.